afternoon, ma'am. My name is Praful Bele and I am from collegedunia.com. Very warm welcome to you on our interview series which is called Thoughts on Education, where we interview various dignitaries such as the owners, directors and faculty members of various universities and colleges. Before starting the interview, I would request you to kindly give a brief introduction of yourself and then we'll proceed ahead with the interview. Ma'am.
So my name is Dr. Nikisha Kukreja. I am basically a master's in business management, and over here I also teach business management studies and masters of commerce in management. I've been here for the past 11 to 12 years. I am a PhD in the same subject and fully qualified for this course. I've been here, I've been interacting with students. It's been a long journey in National College. This was my first job and I've been here since then.
So that was very nice to hear from your end about yourself. So ma'am, let's get to the first question. So ma'am, the first question is, you have held key positions at institutes throughout your professional career. What keeps you connected with the education sector and how has your experience been so far with RD National College?
What keeps me connected is the bright faces, the students and their needs. That keeps me connected because when we see their happy faces, I think you can forget everything in between the youth when you are in midst of the youth, because they have so much to say and we have so much to learn from them as well. As much as we teach them, we learn from them. And about this institute, I have learned, grown, expanded my horizons here in this institute. My journey has been beautiful. I have really grown in this institute over the years.
So ma'am, being the HOD of RD National College, what are your roles and responsibilities towards the college and the students?
We are a part of most of the major events and most of the major academic and non-academic cultural programs in the college. Towards a student, I think more than a teacher, I am also, the role that I play is of a mentor and a friend, because times are changing and you need to change with the changing times and students. Like I have been teaching here since 12 years, so initially it was a millennial generation. So the way we interacted with them was different. Again, now it is Gen Z. So you have to change yourself also along with the changing generation, especially post-pandemic when students came here. More than a teacher that they needed a person who could understand them, who could understand their issues. There were so many facing this anxiety attacks and panic attacks. They were not willing to come back to the classroom. They were so much glued to sitting at home, and to bring them out of their, the entire pandemic trauma where they were at home and they were not used to interacting with people. Even for them to remove the mask, it was like difficult. They were so used to wearing the mask, not talking to people, not presenting. So there they really needed somebody who could, listen to them, listen to their problems that they faced during, because many of them lost their parents, many of the parents lost their jobs. So they have gone through a lot. This particular batch who's in TY has seen a lot in the pandemic. So, to counsel them. So my role was more than a teacher. It was more like a friend, a guide to bring them back to life. And now this year we see they are all back to life. It's just like normal how it was earlier.
So ma'am, do you have any extracurricular activities and programs which enhance the skills of the students or expose them to the real world challenges?
The college has a lot of activities. There are so many things that a student can do in this college. We have a very active NSS and an adopted village. We have a cultural system in place. We have a house system in place. We have a gymkhana and sports activities. We have a road track club of National College for outreach activities. Apart from that, every department has their own festivals and their own academic models also that we have. So basically there is a lot to do for the student to help them build their confidence, team spirit, crisis management, and especially get out of their shell. We give them the stage presence so that they learn how to face the audience, how to interact with people. There are a lot of activities.
Ma'am, how do you try to bring in practical approach towards the subjects and make it industry oriented?
All my subjects are industry oriented because BMS is a course which is highest in demand actually across Bombay. So why? It's because most of the subjects, like most of the banking sector, whether you have a department called as marketing, which is there in the corporate sector, a marketing department, a sales department, or a logistics department, or you talk about finance or risk or auditing or tax, or all of them are subjects in BMS. Each one of them are subjects in BMS. Now, the point is, how do we make it practical? Suppose it's a subject, a course like advertising. So we don't stop at the theory. So we have these internal component marks. So what we do is, especially if it's an advertising subject, we tell them to shoot ads for companies and take LORs for them. So when they're working for a company, let the company be small, not necessarily that it has to be a very big brand, it could be a small brand, but when they shoot an ad for that brand and then they circulate it on social media and they understand that what is, the viewership, what is the reach, and how many people have viewed it, and how many people have liked it, how many people have commented on it. So that gives them an insight about marketing via advertisements. There are subjects like integrated marketing communication. So that means a marketing communication in an integrated way where various marketing things come into place. Guerrilla marketing, sales, promotion, PR. So for that subject, again we tell them to take up these little assignments from startups and do their IMC for entire 6 months, integrated marketing communication for entire 6 months, and give a report and take an LOR from the company. So when they take an LOR from the company, that they can straight add on their resume and they gain their practical exposure. Apart from that, in TY we have internship which is compulsory. So all of them have to do internships and they have to submit an internship based project, and we also have research based projects. So that's also practical exposure, and there are so many subjects and I can talk about all of them, but I think I gave you a few examples about few subjects. If you talk about management, like risk, etc. So if they can take up balance sheets of companies and then analyze their profitability, analyze their their ratios and the current ratio, etc. Or mock stock exchange, we do that also, so that they understand the markets and they understand where they have to invest. So all of that is done in the classroom and beyond the classroom.
Ma'am, what do you think are some of the biggest challenges in the educational industry?
In the educational industry, the biggest challenges would be maybe privatization. It could be, more or the foreign institutes in future. I'm talking about the challenges in future. The foreign institutes which would come up in India could be a challenge for the traditional ones to sustain that.
Any suggestions you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
For the current youth, I think my only suggestion is that if you think that you want to do it, then you can do it. So just be focused on your goal. Just think that if you want to reach your goal, the entire universe is going to help you reach that goal. Never get conditioned by your thoughts that I cannot do maths, or I cannot do accounts, or I cannot do presentations, just because somebody told you in 8th standard or 7th standard that you're not good at maths, or you're not good at presentations, or you don't have a great body language, or you cannot do a particular dance. So don't condition your mind to that. I think you can do anything that you desire to do. The human brain has that capacity. So never restrict yourself, never condition yourself that I cannot do this particular thing. Always go beyond, and I'm sure that each one of you will be able to do whatever you think that you wish to do.
So ma'am, that was great to hear from you about your thoughts to this interview series. I thank you from my end and also on behalf of the College Dunia team. We wish you all the very best and good luck for your future endeavors. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.